John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Let's bring you the starting lineup for the Erie Tigers, coached by Bob Bodie, dressed in their road grays with the black numerals and orange lettering. Batting first is the DH, Justin Coots. The second baseman, David Bodie, hits second. Batting third is the third baseman, Ryan Carlson. The center fielder, Bubba Barros, is in the cleanup position. Batting fifth is the catcher, Shane Wade. The right fielder, Cody Fulton, hits sixth. First baseman, Ty Barkell, hits seventh. The left fielder, Mike Chambers, hits eighth. And the pitcher, Luke Fisher, will hit ninth. The Beat Diggers defensively at first base have C.J. Kukas. Colby Waylert is at second. The shortstop today is Derek Lynch. Over at third is Kyle Lynch. Around the outfield, Tyler Weitzel is in left. The center fielder is Sam Guzman. And right is Brad Bass. Behind the plate is Roy Grauberger. And incredibly enough, on the mound once again is Arturo Maltos, starting for the Beat Diggers on the mound for the third time in as many games. The opening pitch brought to you by Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for all of your appliance needs. It's a strike to Justin Coots, the DH. Maltos this year with a record of 4-3, an ERA of 2.19, coming off a 16 strikeout performance against Highland. Fastball is fouled back. It's 0-2. Well, let's see how much he's got in his arm. 1402 Mill Street in Brush is the address for Ackley Building Center, which brings you the first pitch of the game. Maltos threw 142 pitches 1 week ago in a 12-9 victory over Estes Park, in which he struck out 15, 139 on Saturday in a 16 strikeout four-hitter over Highland. This is by far the best team he'll face over the last three games. The fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very little wind to speak of. 380 straight away, 300 down the lines in Brush. This is the number one ranked team in 3A according to the Rocky Mountain News. And a curveball is taken for a called strike 3. And what a pitch thrown by Arturo Maltos as Justin Coots, the right-handed hitter, strikes out. Here is David Bodie. And for Arturo Maltos, that is strikeout number 79 in exactly 45 innings. He's walked 35. Here's the right-handed hitting second baseman, David Bodie, with a close stance. The wind and pitch. And the fastball is up and in. This is the final league game of the season for the Beat Diggers. They do play on Thursday against Eaton, but that's a non-league contest. Nonetheless, a good measuring stick for the Beat Diggers. 1-0. The fastball is a strike on the outer half just below the belt. And the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the offering. Fastball is up and away. 2-1. Maltos is working quickly. The Beat Digger right-hander, again with the lowest ERA on the staff at 2.19. 2-1. Swung on and driven in the air into left field. That ball's carrying way back there is Tyler Weitzel near the fence, and it's a home run. David Bodie hits it out of the park on a 2-1 pitch. And Erie leads 1-0 in the top of the first inning. I don't think Bodie got all that baseball, but he hit it high enough, and the wind carried it enough to leave the yard. That sends up Ryan Carlson, the right-handed hitting third baseman. And again, that's another indication that no matter how hard Maltos throws that fastball, if he elevates it, he'll get into trouble. The wind and the pitch to Carlson. Fastball is right there on the outside corner at the knees. That's much better location, and it's 0-1. Carlson right on top of the plate for Erie. The pitch in the dirt with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we saw that curveball on a 2-strike pitch to Justin Coots that struck out the Erie DH, and that might be his out pitch today. Might get ahead with a fastball, go with a curve late. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1, the same count that Bodie faced when he hit that home run just moments ago. 2-1 to Ryan Carlson, and that's a fastball for a strike on the outer half knee high. Maltos has that heater going. It's 2-2. Grauberger lays down the sign. Maltos is working very quickly. The pitch outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Carlson. We are just underway. Erie leads 1-0 on a David Bodie home run. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Maltos again went with the fastball. Maltos is a guy, as we've seen lately, he'll throw a lot of pitches because he strikes out quite a few hitters. And the 3-2. Did he go? And that is taken for a ball just a little bit high. And it's a walk to Ryan Carlson. Maltos again went with a fastball, but just missed his own. Here comes the center fielder, Bubba Barrows, another right-handed hitter for Erie. Well, the Beat Diggers have got to play solid defensively today. When they lost those close games to Roosevelt and Eaton, the other top teams in the Patriot League, along with Erie, and the fastball is a strike just above the belt at 0-1. The Beat Diggers in those two games had critical errors. One error in each of those games led to 2 runs. Throw back to first, and it goes all the way to the fence, wide of C.J. Kukas, the first baseman, and Carlson is into second, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. You can't give up free bases to this Erie team. That error is on Maltos. No balls and 1 strike. Carlson's now on second base. That eliminates a ground ball double play. 1 down in the top of the first inning. Maltos stretches. And the pitch. Fastball nearly hit him. Good job of Barrows getting out of the way, and the count is level at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1 in the top of the first inning. Maltos stretches. And the offering very high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shane Wade is on deck. Maltos with a stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and chopped to short. It'll be fielded. Lynch looks to third, throws to first, and that is going to be out. Oh, boy, it looked like he was in there. I think the Beat Diggers got a big break. It looked like Barrows beat that out, but he was called out. Advancing to third is Carlson. 2 down for Shane Wade. Yeah, Lynch looked to third with a runner going, had no play, and that throw to first barely beat Barrows, although I saw it differently from this angle, but then again, it only matters what the umpire says. Fastball is up and into Shane Wade, hitting from the right side. And certainly the Erie dugout did complain, as did the fans on the Erie side, so I don't think I was the only one who saw that differently. The offering, that's a fastball for a strike on the outer half, knee level. It's 1-1 to Shane Wade. These teams played an exciting game 1 year ago, won by Erie in Erie 10-9. The offering swung on and fisted foul off to the right. And the count is at 1-2. Well, if Maltos was tired after Saturday's game, he certainly rejuvenated himself because this fastball is buzzing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Will he go with a breaking ball on this pitch? He does, and it's a called strike 3. That was a beauty. Just below belt level. Maltos with 2 strikeouts in the first inning, and the inning is over. A home run from David Bodie. There was a Beat Digger error and 1 left. Let's head to the bottom of the first. Erie 1, and the Brush Beat Diggers are coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Sean Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Beat Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Walmart. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program at 1300 North Barlow Road in Fort Morgan. Batting first for the Beat Diggers is the right fielder Brad Bass. The catcher Roy Grauberger hits second. Pitcher Arturo Maltos hits third. The cleanup hitter is the center fielder Sam Guzman. Batting fifth at third base is Kyle Lynch. The shortstop Derek Lynch hits sixth. First baseman C.J. Kukas is the 7th batter in the lineup. Second baseman Colby Whalert hits 8th. And Tyler Weitzel in left field will hit 9th. For Erie, defensively over at first base is Ty Barkell. The second baseman is David Bodie. Over at short for Erie this afternoon is Jeff Mosqueda. Ryan Carlson is at third. Around the outfield, Mike Chambers in left. Bubba Barrows in center. The right fielder is Cody Fulton. Behind the plate is Shane Wade. And on the mound, right-hander Luke Fisher. Brad Bass will step in with a .388 batting average, 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. One of those homers came on Saturday in a 10-2 victory over the Highland Huskies. And that was kind of a Beauty and the Beast day for Bass because he hit the home run but also struck out 3 times. So now just wants to get back on track and stay consistent, although the average is very good. Bass hitting from the right side against the right-handed pitcher Fisher, and the breaking ball is low and away. Bass is a prototypical leadoff guy. .516 on-base percentage. He's walked 12 times this year. Hitting with an open stance. 1-0, and the fastball is outside. Ball 2 to Brad Bass. Big game for the Beet Diggers. They can move up in the standings just a little bit, not too much. Erie, Roosevelt, and Eaton are the top 3, and that fastball is a strike on the outside corner to Brad Bass. It is 2-1. Erie leads 1-0 on a first-inning home run from David Bodie. We are in the bottom of the first, and the pitch, and the curveball is in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Beet Diggers, like Erie, dressed in their gray uniforms. They're coached by Mark Muniz. Bobby Guzman is the pitching coach, and he's responsible, partially responsible, for these Beet Diggers doing as well this year as they have on the mound. That's been the strength of this team. 3-1, and that ball plunked him in the lower back. Bass is hit by a pitch for the 3rd time this year. That sends up Roy Grauberger. Bass didn't like that one. I don't think any hitter likes getting nailed with a baseball.
Now batting, number 11, catcher.
Unless they're down in the count at 0-2 or something like that, but that was a 3-1 count. Even if Bass got out of the way, it would have been a walk. Grauberger leads the team. He's the only Beet Digger hitting over 400, hitting .458 with 12 ribbies. Hitting from the left side. Swung on and fouled straight back. Grauberger was right on top of that pitch and getting a piece of it. If he hits it like that the other way, then we've got a big hit. No balls and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Erie leads 1-0. A nice lead over there for Brad Bass. About a 3-step lead. And Fisher looks back, delivers, runner going. The bunt is on, bunts it down the third baseline. It'll be gloved by Carlson. The throw is right there to retire Grauberger. The sacrifice does go 5-3. And there's one down for Arturo Maltos. Now we'll call it a sack, even though Bass was going. Maltos on the year hitting .315, 2 homers and 13 RBIs. His 13 ribbies are second on the team. He can help his own cause with an open stance from the right side. Fisher looks back and delivers, and the curveball bounces in. 1 ball and no strikes. If early indications are a sign, the Erie catcher Shane Wade is going to have to be a human backstop. He's already dug 2 or 3 balls out of the dirt. Maltos awaits the 1-0, and the fastball is a beauty. Right down the middle, thigh high, and the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Leading off of second is Bass. 1 down in the bottom of the first inning. And Maltos awaits the pitch. Here it is. The curveball is chopped over the third baseman's head into left field. Bass got a late start. He's going to hold up at third as Carlson went high to try to snag that, and it hit off the very, very tip of his glove, and that's why Bass held up. It's a base hit for Maltos, and that brings up Sam Guzman. Guzman leads the team with 17 RBIs, also leads the team with 3 home runs. He had 4 ribbies on Saturday in the 8-run victory over Highland. Guzman is hitting at .353. Maltos, by the way, over at first base, has 13 stolen bases. That leads the team. He's been caught twice, the stretch and the offering, and that fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes, a slight breeze in brush that I believe assisted David Bodie's home run in the top of the first inning. Committed to serving those in production ag, Premier Farm Credits is the gold standard in ag lending. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners take their leads with 1 out in the first. The offering. The curveball is lifted very high in the infield. Now going back, the second baseman makes the catch 2 steps out. Tagging his Bass. Nope, he'll bluff and go back. And Maltos back at first. Boy, the wind really carried that ball a few steps into the grass before it was put away over there by David Bodie.
Now batting, number 15,
it looked like that was going to be caught right around the pitcher's mound, and the ball just carried and carried. So that's a big out for Luke Fisher, and another indication that the Beet Diggers have got to take advantage. when they're in this situation. This is where they've struggled. Kyle Lynch hitting .261, 2 homers and 11 RBIs. 2 down in the bottom of the first. From the right side with an open stance, and the curveball is right there for a strike. You look for momentum turners in a game, and this could be one of them if the Bead Diggers do not score, even though we're only in the first inning. But they're not facing a team that they can necessarily come back against. I mean, they could come back against this team, but Erie is the number one team. Now Maltos is taking off for second. The throw, no tag. Bass breaks for home as the ball is dropped. He's going to make it. Give Maltos a stolen base. Bass scores at the back end, and the Bead Diggers have tied the game at 1. Maltos took off as Fisher faked the third and was looking over to first, and Maltos was on his way to second. So give Maltos a stolen base. And Bass alertly taking off for the plate when the ball was dropped by David Bodie, who was not even at the bag. He was right around the second base position. Maltos ran by him. And the curveball is lifted down the right field line in fair territory. Coming on and making the grab is Cody Fulton. And the inning is over. Kyle Lynch is retired. The Bead Diggers score a run on a base hit. There were no errors and a man. We played one from Brush. Brush 1, Erie 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.